Hi there. So today I wanted to talk to you about this project that I delivered many years ago now, actually, and it was originally a very tiny one up, one down cottage. So this was the original back wall of the cottage, and it had one main room. These were the stairs that came up here and to this landing and a little bit of space here, which probably wasn't originally a bathroom, may have been originally a small room. And so this was the original floor plan. And then my clients had extended this very small amount at the back, which on the ground floor was a kitchen extension. So they'd had originally a tiny kitchen and a front room. And so they extended to make a larger kitchen on the ground floor and this bedroom and slightly larger bathroom, and they had a toilet in here. And this was the room for their children, and they had two children, and they had a bunk bed in here and some wardrobes and bookshelves and things here, and very little space. And their two children, a little boy and a little girl, and the eldest was just about to start secondary school and was having had more homework to do, and so they really needed to create more space for each of the children. Well, in the meantime, they had this lovely big master bedroom, which was really nice, great to have, but it really had so much space and more space than really needed, because obviously, they just went in here to sleep and get dressed and maybe sort out the kids, because there really wasn't enough space for the children to get dressed and stuff in here. It just was really small, full of toys, and no space for a homework desk, not much space for their clothes, and not much space for two kids and adults helping deal with the kids to get sorted. So, and the bathroom also was not really working very well. So this was a situation that they were in. They'd made this kind of, for some reason, they'd been advised that they needed to leave this gap, and they just had their wheelie bins shoved down here on the ground floor. And so they thought they had to do that. They'd been given bad advice, really, and so they didn't have to do that. So what I did with them was to go through a collaborative design process and figure out, help them to get clear on what it was that they really needed, which was two separate bedrooms for the children. They wanted a nice, generous master bedroom with plenty of wardrobe space, comfortable for them to get around the bed, have enough space for that. But they didn't need a huge bedroom for themselves. They just wanted to be able to sleep there and, get dressed and that easily in there. And they also wanted a bathroom that was a bit bigger and didn't have this huge wall, and it was quite awkward and tight. And I think the bath was like this in here, and a sink, and just very awkward getting around the door and dealing with the children in this space. Really difficult. So what I came up with was a way for them to really improve their home and turn it from this, what was originally a one up, one down cottage, to an extended one up, one down cottage, into a much more comfortable 3-bedroom home. So it was a beautiful cottage, stone cottage in the middle of the countryside, greenbelt area. So some restrictions, but this is what we looked at doing. So we took out this weird, unusable space, and we extended into that on the ground floor, making the ground floor kitchen bigger, but also on this floor, making the bedroom larger. And we took out this big lump of original external wall and made that structural opening bigger, so that they had a much more comfortable bathroom where they could have, a smaller bath, but still a bath with shower over, loo, and a sink. Woo, a huge thing. It wasn't a huge thing, but just to give you an idea of sort of layout that they could have. And then for the children, this room at the top was really interesting because it had a really, really tall ceiling. It was basically also sloping ceiling, so it was open to the roof. So the loft space was actually within this room. So it was not only very big on floor plan, but it was also very big in section. And so what I did was to put in 2 sleeping platforms. So over the top of this, these bedrooms had double bed sleeping platforms, which meant that on the lower level, there was lots of space for the kids to play, to have clothes storage, to have homework study area, to have space for them to be, but also for them to climb up a ladder and to get onto this generous platform where they could have a single bed mattress and have some space next to that, or they could make the whole thing a sleeping platform and put a double bed up there. For their youngest was really only a toddler, so what their intention was to use the sleeping platform for their toddler for storage and just keep their toddler down without having the ladder so available, and as something that she could grow into. So this was really how I solved this problem for this family, where they had this very tiny, very imbalanced set of rooms, tiny bedrooms shared with 2 kids. They really desperately needed more space, and the eldest desperately needed space to do homework. And this huge room that was big on plan and had a kind of in section. It was a bit like, you know, the section was like this. So we were able to put the bed platform up here with a ladder up, so that they could still have a really nice bed platform and a big room. We did also look at putting an extra window in with the backup option of having some roof lights in here, because it would be a planning matter to get this window, and we weren't 100% sure if we would be able to do it, but we looked at a backup. A plan B would be to have kind of like a couple of Velux, maybe at least 1 up here, but maybe 2 Velux windows to bring some natural light and ventilation into the room if we weren't allowed to do this second window. So that was the solution for this client. It was really transformative for them. It gave them all the space that they needed as a family. In terms of cost, it was, you know, a very small, relatively small, and it's a shame that they hadn't done that in the first instance when they first extended, and a bigger structural opening. These were the biggest moves really that we made. And then a little bit of stud wall, a bit of carpentry work, and a bathroom fit out to make an entirely much more usable 3-bed family home with much more equal space for the kids, but also a nice comfortable bedroom for the adults, with a beautiful view actually over the country and their quite large garden at the back. So it really transformed this home into a beautiful family home. I'd love to show you some more of my before and after projects. If you'd like to see more, please comment below and let me know. What type of home do you have? Perhaps I have some examples of houses that are similar to yours, and I could show you that. Comment below with the house type that you have. Maybe you have a Victorian terrace. This particular house with a little stone miners cottage in a small village. Maybe have a 3-bed semi, 1930s semi or something like that, like I have. Let me know what kind of home, what sort of era and what sort of size of home you have, and perhaps I have some floor plans that I can show you of examples of a similar house where I have transformed that for my clients in order for them to live the life that they wanted to live. Look forward to speaking to you again soon. Bye for now.